It's been nearly a full year since I stepped foot into one of RuneScape's oldest, most overlooked cities, Yanille. Having locked myself to only playing in this area, I've explored every corner of the forgotten town, dug up every bit of odd trivia I could find, and now I'm finally on the verge of making my escape. One singular, massive chunk task stands in my way though: the 7 magic levels of hell. I'll explain why these 7 levels have caused me so much pain, but first, we gotta roll the intro.
The map of RuneScape is divided into chunks. As a one chunk man, I'll have to complete all tasks in a chunk before moving on to the next. And I'll be starting right here in Yanille.
Welcome back to Yanille. I'm so excited. This is it. The season finale. We're gonna finally beat the Yanille chunk. And that means I'm going all out. I'll be dropping every fun Yanille fact I had left in the files, talking about my hopes for future chunk rolls, and even going to a place I had never noticed before in the city. Now, before I tell you about the 7 levels that are the reason why this video took almost 3 months to make, let me quickly catch you up to speed. Last episode, I finished up nearly every chunk task, including 82 thieving to picklock this weird door in the agility dungeon, and getting my first taste of, bossing, you could call it? I killed Salarin the Twisted, Yanille's bizarre Chaos Druid boss that can only be damaged by strike spells, and I used his unique mechanics to help level up my magic to 59, the halfway point in terms of XP to my ultimate goal, 66 magic to enter the Wizard's Guild. And that's it. That's the only task left to do, since as soon as I can get into the guild, I can pick up my mystic robes and complete the chunk. So, how could 59 to 66 magic possibly have taken me this long? Well, as you can imagine, it's kind of a long story involving many dead Chaos Druids, so let's just pick it up where I left things off last time. And here's the first melee level of the grind: 58 defense and 82 combat. Very nice. The current kill count is sitting just under 12,000, so that's where we're starting this episode. If you need a quick refresher as to why I've killed 12,000 Chaos Druids and counting, it's that these guys are my best way to train magic with the runes they drop. Earth, Air, Mind, Body, Law, and Nature runes are all on their drop table. And because of Salarin's weird mechanics, Airstrike is actually a great way to train magic at about 23 XP per cast, so Mind runes are my best drop. I think my plan right now is to get to about 1,000 casts of Airstrike, go shoot them all at Salarin, see how far that gets me, and rinse and repeat. Oh, and as a reminder, last episode I estimated that I'd need to kill around 28 to 29,000 total Chaos Druids to finish the chunk, so we can keep that number in mind as a benchmark. Another defense level there. Haven't even killed 1,000 Chaos Druids yet this episode, so yeah, you can just run those calculations for yourself. In terms of XP gained. Wow, I have not gotten a dunce random in ages. Book of Knowledge. These used to make me so happy. Now they're just pretty good. I've been putting my lamps into Hunter. Not sure if I'm really gonna go all the way to 17 and unlock Piro. That's opens up a whole can of worms I'm not super interested in at this moment. If I could pick that up, I think I would probably just be able to leave the chunk immediately. Shout out to TCG Collector for the bond. I appreciate you as a avid Magic the Gathering fan. Also, I'm recording this after the fact, but I'm pretty sure I saw you killing Sarachnis on League, so if you're watching this video, what's up, brother? And there is 60 defense. We could, in theory, wear something. I don't know. What's it, 60 defense? Dragon. Yeah, we can wear dragon. I'm losing my mind down here. No. Bro, the bots found my high-risk world. Get the fuck out of here. Well, Rune Javelins. I think we're almost done with the entire rare drop table off these guys. Oh, nope, I was wrong. Tooth half of the key. Now that actually completes the rare drop table. All right, it's actually the gem drop table, but that's every item from those guys. And take a look at these drop rates. These are ridiculously rare. Hey, there is a clean level 70 hit points. There is 77 strength and 83 combat. We are really getting strong. And you know what else is strong? How about a strong way to start off the new year by turning your passion for games into a career in game development with today's video sponsor, Southern New Hampshire University. As an SNHU game dev grad myself, I can tell you firsthand that this is the online degree program you've been looking for if you want to get into making games. Let me show you something. This is the first game I ever made when we started learning Unreal Engine in class. It's a puzzle game where you navigate a maze of doors, picking up colors to activate switches. And here's how it works under the hood. This is what programming looks like in Unreal Engine and what you'll learn to do in this degree track. Before SNHU, I knew nothing about developing games. Now I have a portfolio of work to show off, and the best part is that SNHU offers their online degrees at radically affordable rates, some of the lowest in the nation. So if 2024 is the year where you're making big moves, you're gonna wanna use my link in the description, snhu.edu/Josh, to see the kind of salary a game developer makes and to get more information about the program. Thanks again to SNHU for the sponsor. Hello, I'm just checking in. We are over 15,000 Chaos Druids killed, and I just want to bring your attention to something. See this on the ground? See this? This is 3 coins. Yeah, I picked that up. See this? That is 1 grimy guam leaf. I picked that up too. I'm picking up literally every single drop that isn't bones or a vial of water. So that may explain why this is taking long, but I refuse to let any resources go to waste as I do this. Oh, also, this isn't new, but this is something that I didn't show last episode, which is picklocking this door. This is me. You just spam click through it. It's a bizarre picklocking experience compared to most lockpicking in the game. I just looked and we are over 16,000 Chaos Druids, and I'm just waiting for one more drop of Mind Runes to switch back to killing Salaran, as we'll have another 1,000 casts. And there it is, the last drop of Mind Runes needed. I'm gonna switch over to training some magic now. This has been quite a while of killing Chaos Druids already. I'd say we're maybe around 20% of the kills needed for this episode. Before we just jump into magic though, I know why you're all here. You want fun Yanille facts. I mean, who wouldn't? One of my favorite places to go for fun Yanille facts is old trivia from Runescape Classic. I feel like knowing the history of the game helps me understand why everything seems so weird here. For example, this house with the anvils in it. I love this house. It's on an angle to everything else in the city, which makes the anvils in it look strangely natural with their placement. But did you know that this house used to be locked? Yep. In RuneScape Classic, it required 16 thieving to pick the lock to use these anvils. Like I've said in past videos, Yanille seemed to be part of the testing ground for the new skills of the time, like thieving and agility, hence the existence of the agility dungeon and its many different skill integrations. I've got a couple more fun facts for you like this in the video. Like I said, I'm gonna share every last little detail I discovered while playing here. Alright, this is what the rune stores are looking like so far. We've got 1,000 casts of Airstrike. The law runes will go towards telekinetic grab, and we've got some high alchemy as well as the runes for curse. So those are what we're going to be casting while we kill Salaran. And there's the first sinister key of the episode. Beautiful. Love to see that on the ground. For those who need a quick refresher, I'm killing Salaran the Twisted. He's weird in that you can't do damage to him with anything but strike spells, but those spells have fixed damage. For example, Airstrike will always hit him for 9, as you can see here. This increases the efficiency of magic training by a ton. One downside to killing him though is that I have to use this weird safe spot that you can see here. I have to get him to try to retreat by standing on one of these marked tiles here, which can be kind of annoying. Best upgrade of my life. I just put the respawn timer for Salaran so I can see when he's coming back, because I feel like I'm wasting time killing Chaos Druids when he has already respawned, so this should hopefully save me quite a lot of time. Another elite clue, okay. These are 1 in 500. I'm honestly shocked I have 2 so far already. There is a step that has some use for the account, and the chance of finding it is extremely low, but let's take a look. Where is this? Northwest part? Yeah. I'm gonna go with no on that one. But, what we're looking for is one of the clues that has this Armadillo or Bandosian guard. But this one we're gonna drop. Yo, 36 fire runes. Okay, this is kind of my best possible drop off of Salaran, as stupid as that sounds, but that enables me to cast more high alchemy, and is really my only way of restocking fire runes. So hopefully he keeps dropping lots of fire runes. Okay, we need to pause here for a sec. I know I kind of just explained it, but let's talk about why 36 fire runes is such a good drop for me. It starts with understanding the goal. Here's some quick math. From 59 to 66 magic is approximately 250,000 magic XP. Last episode, I estimated that each Chaos Druid is worth around 15 magic XP when you average out their rune drops. Cool. 250,000 divided by 15 is around 16,666 Chaos Druids, which, when you add that to my 12,000 that I started the episode with, puts you in that 28 to 29,000 range I mentioned before. But there was a flaw in my math. Well, I mean, I knew about it, but I couldn't estimate how big a problem it would be. You see, these 3 spells require runes that Chaos Druids don't drop. Without them, Chaos Druid kills are only worth around 9.1 XP each, which would increase the number of kills needed by a lot. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about that, as I have lots of the secondary runes stocked up in the bank. Well, maybe not lots. You see, I'm relying on Salarin to drop fire and water runes so I can keep casting Curse and High Alchemy, and I need Chaos runes to come from the Maze random event. If I go dry on these drops, well, I may be in for a much, much longer grind than expected. Great job, squad. Excellent work. We'll do it again next time. Whoa, that was a lot of splashes in a row. I guess one thing I didn't mention last episode, and I got a lot of questions on, is why am I wearing magic gear if I always hit my max hit? And the answer is, it is possible to splash on Salarin, as you just saw. It's just very unlikely. I've never even seen 2 splashes in a row, let alone that 3 we just saw, so that must have been an unbelievably unlikely thing to happen. Oh yeah, more fire runes. God, I love to see these. The best drop for me right now. And there we go. 60 magic on the account. That feels so good to see the first magic level of this episode. We are progressing quite nicely. 6 levels to go. I think I have level 61 banked. We're gonna find out. But yeah, this is not a fast process. It's a lot of Salarin kills added. But I think it's time we shoot off all of our law runes, see just how much XP that's gonna be. Well, the Freaky Forester just graced me with a lamp, and this lamp begins a new era. Level 2 Hunter. Yeah, we're gonna get some Hunter levels just to get this started. And here we go. Many, many hours. Gather another massive amount of Jangerberries. I'm not sure when I'm ever gonna use these, but you know, they're fun to have. They're a fun little prize. And we are super close, only 4k away from another level. I think we can get that with some High Alchemy, so let's do that. And there we go, level 61 magic, 5 levels to go. We're so close now. I can just taste it, it's so good. And we just crossed over into 300,000 magic experience. This is amazing, I feel so good. I'm gonna go back down and gather some more runes from the Chaos Druids so that I can do another big group of magic levels soon. If you're just as excited as I am to wrap up this final grind, hit that subscribe button so you can see what's in store for the future of Chunk Yanille. And now the fun of trying to find a free world without a bot in it. Let's do this. Hey, next world. Okay, I don't know if something changed, but when I was doing this before, there were so many bots, and now it's a lot easier to find a free world. Maybe that video had something to do with it. I would be really surprised, but you never know. I really don't want this video to get too repetitive with all the Chaos Druid killing, so how about another fun Yanille fact? Let's talk about this guy, Scythic Ints. He's the obnoxious, bedridden loser who won't let me have his cup of tea despite never drinking it. During the Zogre Flesh Eater's quest, you have to make a portrait of him, which apparently rolls on your crafting skill. If you have decent crafting, chances are you'll make a portrait of him, with the examine text, a classic realist charcoal portrait of Scythic. Okay, fine. But if you have low crafting, you might fail the roll and make a bad portrait, which doesn't work for the quest and has the examine text, a semi-nihilistic, pseudo-impressionistic, half-squarist charcoal sketch of Scythic. Not gonna lie, the bad portrait sounds kinda awesome. But that's not all. I asked our king Mod Ash for some really, truly obscure Yanille trivia, and he said that during development of the quest, There was a bug where Sithik and his bed were programmed to move, and they would scoot around the room. I really wish this was still in the game. It sounds hilarious. Bro, was that 3 mind rune drops back to back? That's literally the best RNG I've ever got on this account in my life. Another one. And here is 18,000 Chaos Druids killed. Probably gonna have enough runes for another magic level pretty soon. Wow, a whole inventory without any runes. This is a sad day for Chunk Yanille. Ooh, a maze. Yeah, we're just gonna go for the end. Let's do it. Hopefully we get lots of chaos and death runes. Solid 73%. What do we get? That is no 400 chaos runes from the last episode. Ugh. All right, we just finished up 20,000 chaos druids. But change of plans. Leagues is happening and I'm having fun on the other monitor, so we are going to be continuing to kill chaos druids for the foreseeable future while I play leagues. Maze time. Let's do this. Easily one of my cleanest mazes of all time. A cool 77%. And what do we get? Bro, we get 2 rolls of myth. Why can't these mazes be good? Leagues was clearly too enthralling. As you can see here in the chat box, I just hit 80 strength. What a huge milestone that is. We're going to switch over to attack and then defense and raise up all of our combat stats to some nice even numbers. And there's the first attack level 61. Very nice. Ooh, and 85 combat. Oh, and a surprise exam. What the? Everything's happening at once. We have a book of knowledge for a hunter level. Level 3 hunter already. And that's 850 total level. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Honestly, I'm just recording this clip to commemorate to myself how long I actually spent doing this, because I have been doing this for so long and I'm still not even close to done, but we persist anyway. Another attack level. 62, 63, 64 attack. These levels are coming in crazy fast. 86 combat already. Like, I have been a Chaos Druid murdering machine these last 2 days. And there's a nice milestone. 65 attack. Do I get magic experience? Please? Yes! Oh, that's the first time I've gotten the magic experience off of that random. 650 mage XP. And that random event will be the end of my training session tonight. About to get 6-hour logged yet again. And we'll toss this on Hunter to cap off the night with a beautiful little level 4 Hunter. Shout out to Leagues for making this so bearable. It's another day, and we are at 66 attack in the chat box. I am considering a slightly different approach, actually. I'm not gonna stop killing Chaos Druids, but I have an idea for something that might be worth my time. Okay, so this is what I was thinking of doing, is coming to these Chaos Druid warriors. Now, they're way harder to kill. As you can see, I'm actually at pretty low health here, and they have worse rune drops, but there is one very important reason I want to kill these guys, which is for their fire rune drops. And there it is, the fire rune drop. 12 at a time. It's not amazing, but it is pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to come back to these guys later after I train some more defense, and I can actually bring my full defensive setup, currently rocking the hair. Yeah, I just wanted to try these out. They're a lot more AFK also. They're much harder to kill. So we'll put this idea on the back burner for now. I do want to see how many fire runes I get from just killing Salaran the Twisted, because he drops a lot of fire runes as well, and that may just cover my needs. We'll see. I could get really lucky, or I could get totally unlucky. We'll find out later. Average day in Yanille. 67 attack and 87 combat. It's all 7s today, baby. Okay, quiz. Come on, this could be big. This could be my big day. Mystery box acquired. Come on, finally. Why can't I just get a mithril scimitar? It would make this so much better. Well, my terrible mystery box luck aside, that was my 25,000th Chaos Druid kill. You can see the loot tracker on screen now. I have never killed this many of anything in this game before. This is actually insane. It's crazy to think that there's actually an end in sight for this grind. I really don't want this video to become just pure random events and grinding, so I've got something a little bit different for you. As I get closer and closer to finishing this grind, the idea of rolling a chunk becomes more real to me, so I thought I'd share my thoughts on the surrounding chunks without spoiling too much about the content there. Let's head over to the chunk picker and check it out. So here's my current unlocked 2 chunks of Yanille. These 6 chunks will all be rollable on my first roll, so let's talk through them. Chunk 1 is the Tree Gnome Village. Despite maybe not looking like it, I can actually make my way to the center of this thing from Yanille. I'd actually love to unlock this chunk as it has a dungeon of its own, plus a general store and some other goodies. Plus it screams old in the same way Yanille does. I give it an 8 out of 10, very hype. Next are my 2 least ideal chunks to roll. Not even because they're bad, but chunks 2 and 3 border what I would consider a death chunk. Port Hazard and the Fishing Trawler, which has grinds that would take an unholy amount of time. Aside from that, chunk 2 is the Fight Arena, where I can complete the whole quest, which would be pretty nice, but no major unlocks. I'd give it a 4 out of 10, mostly knocked down by its proximity to the death chunk. Chunk 3, though, is bottom tier. It literally unlocks nothing and puts me right next to Port Hazard. 1 out of 10, dangerous and boring. Chunk 4 is the Dwarf Chunk, whose border I have spent many an hour at. I'd love to roll this chunk and get revenge on those dwarves face to face. This does have some potentially rough implications for a smithing grind, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. Give it a 6.5 out of 10. Dwarves better watch out. Chunk 5 is Gutanoth, the Ogre City. While it currently has no unlocks, as I can't enter it without progressing more in the Watchtower quest, it's one of my life goals on this account to make it in there one day. Also, I'd love to venture south into Feldup Hills, so I want to roll this one for sure. Give it a 7 out of 10, but maybe someday it'll be a 10 out of 10. And Chunk 6. I saved the best for last. Castle Wars. Now, I was very excited to get to do some Castle Wars if I rolled this chunk, until I was informed that Castle Wars, the literal arena of Castle Wars, is itself a chunk. I can't go into the minigame until I have both these chunks unlocked. Very sad, but I could still dream for it. Although this chunk does have one other very important unlock. The Castle Wars minigame teleport. What's so great about being able to teleport from here to here? Well, now would be a good time to remind you that back in episode 1, I mentioned that there's one other way that this account can roll chunks. These portals. On the 3rd floor of the Wizards Guild, there's these 3 portals that lead to magical towers throughout the game. I said I could use these portals to roll their respective chunks, but only if I have a way to return to Yanille. The Castle Wars chunk is the perfect way to return using the free renewable resource that is the minigame teleport. I really want to use these portals to roll chunks, making Castle Wars a 10 out of 10 roll, even if I can't use the minigame itself just yet. So there you have it. Those are the final scores. But honestly, I'm just excited to see wherever the chunk roll takes me. So to make sure that actually happens, we gotta get back to grinding. Nice. And there is a very nice looking level 70 attack. All kinds of really exciting upgrades that I'm sure I'm going to be able to use in the near future. Woo! And combat level 88. All right, we are leaving the Chaos Druids for what'll be the last time for a little while. This batch gets us over 2,000 mind runes yet again, and we have just tons of casts, and I really want to see where this is going to get us mage XP wise, so it's time to head back to training some magic. And as with before, we'll be starting off with some telegrabs on these jangerberries, my favorite berries. Alright, something weird happened with my recording software, but that was level 62 magic, as you can see in the chat box, and we're looking at just over half the law runes spent on that. 62 magic did enable the use of Wind Wave, which is pretty cool, so we're gonna get to use the handful of blood runes that I still have in my bank. So I got a little bored telegrabbing Jangerberries, and I came over here and started flinching this ogre, which reminds me that I should probably mention that I do have one more goal in this chunk that has to do with these ogres. A couple episodes ago, I got to 28 farming, which lets me plant wild blood seeds in the farming patch. Last episode, I was able to get 1 wild blood seed, but I still need 3 more from these guys in order to complete the chunk task of finally actually planting a wild blood patch. So occasionally I'll come back and kill them for hopes at those wild blood seeds. Well, that is not a wild blood seed. What? That is like 1 in 400, and that's my second one. Not a useful drop, but cool to see, I guess. All right, the ogre flinching break is over. There we go. That's it. That's the law runes. We made it most of the way through level 62. We're going to go see our old friend Salarin now and give him some love in the form of magical damage. I'm actually a little bit under rate from Salarin's rune drops right now, so I'm hoping to see lots of those. If we get really lucky, we may get a lot of magic experience out of this, and that means less Chaos Druid kills and sooner finishing the chunk. Another Quizmaster. This is crazy. I feel like I've gotten a ton of these lately. Okay, is this the one for the Mithril Scimitar? Please? What the what? What? A hard clue? That sucks. That's so rare. That's so much more rare than a Mithril Scimitar. Oh, God. Why can't I just get this stupid Mithril Scimitar? Salarin down. Sinister key acquired on the first kill. It's good to be back. Speaking of being back here, I've got another fun Yanille fact about this room specifically. Did you know that it lost something from its changeover from Runescape Classic? There's these piles of rock in the back corner, but there also used to be 2 iron rocks in this room. I'm honestly super disappointed that they removed those. I would have loved to be able to mine some iron in my chunk with the help of some lamping. Another thing they changed about this room is Salarin himself. I'm guessing you don't know that he actually got kind of a big nerf from his Runescape Classic version. He used to immediately drain your attack and strength to 0 as soon as you got in combat with him, which I'm guessing was the quick and dirty way of making sure you never hit him with any melee attacks. I guess in RS2 they figured out how to override the combat math and just make all attacks deal 0 damage to him, but I gotta say this would have been extremely inconvenient if it were still true, so I'm glad it got changed. Best safe spot in the house. Okay, I was just doing some math and I realized something kind of cool. If you do 4 Earth Strikes and 3 Air Strikes, you actually get Salarin exactly 71 damage, which is 1 damage above his health, which is actually perfect because it's pretty common for him to regenerate 1 health while you're casting on him. It's mathematically super clean. And there it is, 63 magic. Very nice. We are making our way downtown. Yeah, magic level, but woo, more water runes. Yeah, huge day for Josh Isn't Gaming Industries. Yes, fire runes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, another set of fire runes. These things are 1 in 128 from him, so now I actually am feeling like we're getting a little bit lucky on the rune drops, and that is exactly what we need. We're going to get another shot at something good from the mystery box. This is actually kind of the most exciting thing that happens on this account. Every time I get a shot at this, it's always fun. What do we get? One body rune. One body rune. What the? This looks like a huge one. What is this? This is a tier 9. Oh my god, and I'm the first one to find it again. Damn. I have a lot of doubled star mining banked up now. This looks so weird here. Okay, quick pause. There's something I realized I've never noticed about Yanille, which is crazy to say after how long I've been here, but I've never noticed this weird path that goes behind the bank. Literally never acknowledged that this is here. Why is this here? Clearly there's some attention put to this. There's this little like bump out in the road texture. And it's strange because there's, more of a path to go back here than, for example, to either of these 2 houses. So it's really implying that like you should be going back there for some reason, but there's no reason to go back there like at all. I can't believe I've never noticed that. That's so strange. Also, if you've been enjoying the original soundtrack, you can listen to all the music I've made for the series in the playlist in the description. So my Chaos Druid kills between Salarin have been adding up, and we're just over the 28,000 mark, which was, in my estimation, sort of near the end. But if you look at the XP left, we have almost 100,000 till the total XP needed. So I'm guessing we're a little further than I thought. I somehow missed the clip, but I just hit 64 magic. I only have a couple hundred more strike spells left to cast, and almost no other runes. So I'm guessing that my initial estimations were potentially very off. This 66 magic goal has been a part of the account for forever, and it's closer than ever, but at the same time it still feels so far away. Without getting to use all of my body runes and nature runes, the XP rates are super slow. Well, I've got a few more runes to use before getting back to Chaos Druids, and I think I know where I'm going to use them. We're going to use my new weird spot behind the bank to do some high alchemy. We'll see how far this gets me. I'm sure not enough XP to the next level, so yeah. I'm going to have to quickly run some numbers and see just how many more Chaos Druids I think I'll need to kill. Well, it looks like I'm going to be killing no less than 7,000 more Chaos Druids. Yeah, we're at 28,000 right now, and I thought last episode we were going to end at 29,000, but I think we're more realistically going to end around 35,000. So, yeah, you could say my math was a little bit off. Another genie lamp for another hunter level to start off. Heading back down here into the Chaos Druids, level 6 hunter. All right, another maze random. This could actually be my saving grace if we get runes here. What do we get? Oh, yes! Yes! 238 chaos runes! Oh my god, that is huge. That's gotta be like a good couple thousand magic XP in Crumble Undeads, so that is really helpful to see right now. And there's another defense level and the big 90 combat. That is wild. Oh my goodness. 90 combat is crazy to see on this account. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I had edited this whole next section, but the truth is, you've seen it all already. A couple of combat levels, some random events, the odd drop or two. I know I was ready for this grind to be over at this point, so I'm sure you are too. Let's just get to the next thing. We are just over the 32,000 Chaos Druid mark. I'm actually very close to being done with the runes I need for magic, but before we finish up the magic grind, there's a couple of loose ends of different things around Yanille that I need to finish up, and I want to do those things now before I finish everything so that I can make the magic the last thing. So I'm combining all of the super defense potions that I got from Salarin because one of the final things I need to do is get 3 more wild blood seeds from ogres. And I figure if I have a renewable source of super defense, I may as well use them for a nice plus 15 boost. That seems really good and a good way to maintain my health as I kill these guys. So like I mentioned in a previous episode, these ogres over here with the maces will not attack me. They're not aggressive, but these ogres over here that many people have gone to classically canon and such are aggressive and they will attack me, which means that I can actually literally AFK these guys, finally. First seed, there we go, 2 more to go. All right, we got wild blood seed number 3 out of 4. Hey, I was AFKing too hard, but there it is. The last one. Shout out to all the pies that I've been eating. Made those all the way back in episode 1, and I am so grateful I had them because I ate quite a bit of food while getting that done. All right, now if I'm gonna actually plant these seeds, I'm gonna need to pick up some farming equipment that I never actually bought. I think I need a seed dibber, yeah. I think I need a seed dibber. All right, so we're gonna throw some compost on the patch, which I had neglected to do the entire time I'd been raking. And then we're gonna plant the seeds. This is huge. I've never been able to do this. Look at that, 23 farming XP. That is nice. Yeah, I forgot to say, but that was a chunk task complete. I had raked my way up to 28 farming, and now, finally, I have something growing in my patch. The funny part about this, though, is that if they do grow successfully, obviously they're of no use to me, but it's almost even funnier is that I can't actually even harvest them because I don't have a spade. But that's done now. With that done, there's one more chunk task I want to hit before finishing up the magic grind. This is a bit of an obscure one, but there's some quest progress I can do in Yanille. Now, I thought I could start Hand in the Sand from Bird here, but it turns out you can't even start it without the crafting level requirement, so that's on the backlog for now. There is a quest that I can at least progress a little bit. It is the only quest I have in my quest log, the Watchtower quest. Last time I talked to this guy, he told me there were some missing crystals, and then I need to search the bushes. Let's see, what can we find? Tattered eye patch. I think what we're looking for is fingernails. I have no idea which bush it is, but I know there's some other random junk that can't do anything with, but it's my only chance to get, and you know me and items. Ooh, there it is. The fingernails. Ooh, look at that, a damaged dagger. Ooh, unusual armor. That's cool. I don't know if I've ever seen this icon before. Is that used for anything else? I think there's one more item. I remember looking it up. I think there's like some tattered robes or something like that. Ooh, there it is. An old robe. All right, I'm pretty sure those are all the items. I'm gonna show him my stuff. These belong to a scavid. So he's making an allusion to the scavid caves that are all around Gutanoth and the caves to the south. Those will come in pretty handy / will be relevant later. And now he's telling me that I need to get into Gutanoth, which is one of my goals for this account. It's gonna be tricky because some of the items needed are not easily found, including dragon bones, so that may be quite a while before we get there. And he's telling me to check with the local ogres, so I think there's at least one ogre that I can talk to who might have some information for me. It's time to talk to the only ogre that I can talk to, which is Og. He wants me to get some gold back from a ogre named Toban. So I'm pretty sure if I remember right, that is on this island. That's my memory. So we're gonna need to unlock this chunk at the least. I think we need these 2 chunks to do that. So that's still quite a ways away, but I believe that's the last step I can do. It just feels so weird to be finishing up all this stuff in Yanille. I've been here for so long. Feels like most of this would never happen, honestly. Also, I think enough time has passed. Walking for dramatic effect. Hey, we have wild blood hops. We cannot harvest them, so they will sit here indefinitely until I find a spade. And I guess now all that's left to do is kill Chaos Druids and get some magic levels, so let's do it. And this will be kill number 34,000. Man, I had a lot more work to do than I thought I did. I know I'm gonna kill some more while training magic and killing Salarins, so I think I'm gonna switch over to training magic now and see if we could squeak out the last 2 magic levels with the runes we have here. Yo, we're back at it again in the Jengerberry telegrabbing spot. This is extremely dumb, but one of the fun things about this grind is the fact that the Jengerberries come in groups of 25, so my numbers are all really even. Just does something for my brain to see this exactly 100. The first of the last 2 magic levels coming in here. 65 magic, we are just 1 level away. And the final Jengerberry I will ever telegrab, I assume. Let's hope there's not more of this in the future. But that's done. Always enjoy that grind, it's super chill, but it's time to take the fight to Salarin. Actually, before we go to Salarin, there's one more thing I have to do, which is use up these chaos runes that I got from a maze random. Unfortunately, not as big a stack as last time, but I will of course come here and cast some crumble undeads on these skeletons for some extra magic XP. Goodbye, chaos runes, you served me well. It did set us up very nicely for the Salarin grind. I think I have enough. We'll have to see, but I think I have enough XP. we are looking at just under 30,000 experience. Can we get there with the runes we have? This is what we're working with. 1,165 mind runes. We will see if that gets us there. Some quick math says it's gonna be close. We're kind of banking on Salarin dropping some good runes, so hopefully he does. Look at that page of castable spells. Woo! That is a lot. And I'm not gonna waste my water runes on Water Wave, but I am gonna use up my 8 blood runes that I got from killing guards a long time ago. Or soldiers, I should say. Oh, 17. That was my last blood rune, and it was the only time I saw that max hit, but that is the highest hit I have ever hit on this account. Okay, I am more than halfway done with my mind runes, and that is the first rune drop I have gotten from Salarin. So, unless he just starts dropping a lot of fire runes, this may be a problem. We're gonna find out. Oh, fire runes, those are always good to see. I'm gonna have to deprogram myself from getting excited about basic rune drops. I don't know if we have enough runes. It's gonna be close. Yes, more fire runes. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna get there. And I think that is gonna be the last Salarin kill for now, because look how close we are to this level. We got there. The runes made it happen. Oh my god, I'm so excited. But I don't think, even after everything, that this is the right place to end the magic grind. I think we should go back to where it all started. Standing here outside of the Wizards Guild, we have completed so much in this chunk. So many ridiculous tasks. And to end things off, we're going to High Alka Bronze Battle Axe for the dwarves. A Steel Longsword for the soldiers. With literally 1 XP remaining, we will telegrab 1 final set of Jenga berries. And there it is. 66 magic. Oh, I have been waiting to see this since day 1. Oh my god. It's done. We can enter the Wizards Guild. It looks so good. And there it is, the hard diary task completed to enter the Wizards Guild. Yes! Finally. Oh, so many days waiting to get in here. Of course, there is one final task in the chunk to trade this guy here and become an actual beast. Full mystic. Oh my god. Look at that. I actually look like a real character. I have useful items in my gloves and boots slot. I have real items that someone might actually use in this game. Let's take a little tour of the Wizards Guild. These are the portals that I have been referring to. These will take you to different wizard-like towers around the world. Obviously, I can't enter them now, as that would be leaving my chunk, but they are there for future chunk rolling possibilities. There's some vials on the table up here. What the heck? A new area in my chunk. I'm so not used to this. The last place is somewhere you may have noticed if you've been watching the series for a long time. Obviously, I've been down here for a long time in the Agility Dungeon itself, and we've seen this thing, but I've never been able to come in here. It is the basement of the Wizards Guild, and this guy wants me to practice magic on his zombies. But yeah, that is the Wizards Guild. Super excited to have access to this. And that's it. That's all the chunk tasks done. Here's a look at the final complete list of tasks. I've been waiting a long time to see all of these green. The final stats and the final playtime. 35 days played, we ended just under 850 hours in this chunk. Final look at the bank, 32 mil total value. Insane. We collected almost 1,000 and sold Chaos Druid heads. That's almost 600,000 prayer experience in heads alone. What the hell? Almost 10k mithril bolts. I mean, that's just wild, right? Of course, this is the most ridiculous tab, the herb tab. Almost 10 mil in just Renar. Wow, how much is this tab worth? Yeah, almost 27 mil alone. Nearly 4,000 Jangerberries? That tells you how much telegrabbing I was actually doing. A ton, an absurd amount. Everything else is relatively normal, although there is one thing I'm forgetting. All of my 78 sinister keys. I need to open these all up. This has been something I've been looking forward to the whole time. Plus, these are gonna add to my total herb count, and I really wanna know how much banked herb lore XP I have right now. I brought my strange fruit so that I can clear the poison after opening each chest. And there we go, the first inventory done. Look at all these herbs. That inventory alone was over 500k. Holy. Okay, the math has come in. For all 20,417 of these herbs, if I were to clean them all and then make them into what I believe is the most likely potion that I would be able to make them into, that would be a grand total of 1,466,927 XP, or about 10k away from 77 herb lore. The ending kill count for my Chaos Druids was 34,461. Although if you add in Salarin the Twisted and the Chaos Druid Warriors, we're looking at 35,774 kills. So if you want to know what that gets you, it's about 77 herb lore. Oh, another thing you might enjoy knowing is that I gained 38,265 thieving XP just from going through this door, which as you can see gives about 50 XP each time. So that comes out to 765 times through this door. That's the number of trips I went through to kill Chaos Druids, Salarin, or do whatever else I was doing down here. Quite a lot of trips. Well, my friends, it has been quite the journey. It's crazy to think that 11 months ago, I stepped foot in this city and just haven't left. When I started this account, I had no idea if I would actually be able to commit myself to these insane grinds, but the treasures I discovered along the way, the odd bits of trivia and history, and of course, your support kept me going. There's a whole world to discover beyond Yanille, but I'll never forget what this city gave me. End of the grind. 58 cooking. And there we go, 15 wood cutting. You can cut oak trees. 65 thieving, we can now pickpocket from Watchmen. That is it. This is the last one for 4,000 dwarf kills. This is insane. There it is, level 28 farming. 67 agility. There it is, 50 range. We made it. Let's go. There it is. Finally. Oh my god. 82 thieving has been achieved. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I've been saving the chunk roll, but I literally can't wait any longer. If you're watching this video the day it comes out, join me over on Twitch to watch me roll my first ever chunk. I'll be rolling a few hours after the video goes live. Hope to see you there, and for the rest of you, next time we see each other, we'll be outside these walls.